Hello everyone, thank you so much for stopping by today. Today I've got another Mascara Minute, and this week's Mascara Minute will be focusing on Kat Von D's Immortal Lash Puro Amor is the color, which is basically the black one. Now the claims on this mascara on the Sephora website are, it's a 24-hour wear mascara with a 3-in-1 brush that lengthens, curls, coats every lash for a high drama look. It powers up your lashes. It's supposed to be a 24-hour wear, and it's an ultra black formula. And even though it does not claim to be waterproof, it does say that the Immortal Lash 24-hour mascara will not flake, and it removes effortlessly with your favorite cleanser. No scrubbing needed. Now guys, I think that this mascara is just brilliant. I mean, honestly, I am so enjoying it. Let me tell you a little bit more about this mascara. First of all, why don't we take a quick look at the packaging. It comes in a black tube, as you guys can see, and then it's got this beautiful scroll. It's a red metallic embossing on the mascara tube, and it's got a rose. It's got several roses as part of the detail. It is just a simple plain black tube, which I can, I'm totally fine with that. And when you pull it out, initially the brush is red, and what I'll do is I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like when you first get it. But like I said, mine has been very much used and very much no longer new. But anyways, let me put the tube aside real quick and let's look at the wand, because isn't that where all the power is at? That is the wand, guys, right there, and I will twirl it so that you guys can see it. It has bristles that kind of, first of all, it's got plastic bristles. It's not a natural bristle wand, and the bristles kind of twirl around it, and on the end right up here, it's got a bit of a ball. Something like kind of like the Hello Lashes from It Cosmetics. And then the very tip is got a lot of little bristles around the edges, and I hope you can see that very clearly. And then the other bristles, as it goes down the brush, are more of a swirl pattern around it, and it doesn't have quite as many bristles all the way around it. Now, what I will tell you guys is that it's a bit of a curvy brush. Not quite curved, but it does have a bit of a curve to it. And that's really convenient, because when you put it up to your lashes like I'm doing right now, it just frames the lash line beautifully. Let me talk first of all about the drawbacks about this mascara. The formula itself is a little wet. So what I will tell you is when the first few times that I used this mascara, I had to go in with tissue and kind of cleaned off the wand, because it got a little bit too gooped up. And so then my lashes were sticking to one another. But once initially I went in and wiped off a little bit of that product and kind of let it dry out for a little bit, it just began to perform beautifully. So there is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to this mascara. If you just take it out and start using it, it might start to be very clumpy, because the spacing between the bristles on the spacing between the bristles on the brush, and I hope that it's coming through. It's pretty far, it's a pretty big distance. That being said, once that the formula got a little bit thicker, and after I wiped off a little bit of that excess at the beginning, everything changed. It's become such a good mascara to work with. It's able to get all of my lashes. I love the little tip right here, because I can get the little baby ones here. And I don't typically wear mascara on my bottom lashes, simply because my eyes are so teary that it just isn't asking for trouble. But I have used this one on my bottom lashes, and it's lasted way longer than most other mascaras ever do. And also, guys, I have a lot of trouble with these kind of rubber bristly brushes. Somehow or another, invariably, I will always poke myself in the eye with them, and it hurts like the dickens. And I have to tell you guys that I haven't done it yet with this particular mascara. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe the applicator has become a little bit more skilled in her mascara skills, or if it's simply that this particular brush is not quite as is not quite as prickly, for lack of a better word. I took pictures of it when I initially put it on, then at the 4-hour mark, and then again at the 8-hour mark. Because after that, I try to take my pictures outside with natural sun so that you guys can get a better picture of what it looks like. You know, sometimes under all these lights, it's a little bit hard to get an accurate representation of what a product is like. So anyways, I take the pictures outside, and it was getting dark and it was getting hard for me to get any more pictures after that. But I will say that after I took those last 8-hour pictures, I wore the mascara for another 2 hours and it wore very well. You'll see that at the 4-hour mark, I don't believe I had any smudging or flaking. If anything, I think on this eye, there was a little bit of smudging right here. On the day that I did the pictures and I did the testing on the product, on the Kat Von D mascara, I wore no liquid liner or no gel liner. I had no liner. I simply had eyeshadow on because I didn't want anything to compete with it or confuse me as to what was smudging or flaking. I think at the 8-hour mark, I had a little bit of flaking, just I mean like 3 or 4 flakes down here on, I think it was on this eye. But guys, for me, those results are wonderful. Typically, I have mascara that ends up halfway down my face. I can link above right here the video where I shared with you guys my NARS Audacious mascara experience, which is my other mascara minute right now. And guys, that one just smudged terribly on me. This one didn't, and it hasn't. So guys, what is my verdict on Kat Von D's Immortal Lash Mascara and Puro Amor? I really like it. I recommend it. Is it the best mascara I've ever worn? Probably not the best, but up there. It's probably top 3. Honestly, probably top 3. Would I repurchase it? I think I would. I would. I'm not going to when this one is done, simply because I've got to work through some that I have in my collection. But that being said, I think it's definitely worth the $20. I typically don't like to use high-end mascaras. I prefer to use drugstore mascaras, and I love the Covergirl Supersizer. I think it's a really good mascara, and it works really good on me, and this one is comparable to that one, if not better. So guys, I think Kat Von D did a great job with this mascara, and I very much do recommend it. I do want to preface that by saying that the formula is very wet when you initially open the tube. It needs to either dry out a little bit, or you need to clean off your wand a bit, maybe 1 or 2 times, and then it will hit its sweet spot, and it works beautifully after that. I've had this tube and I've been working on this tube now for about 3 to 4 weeks, so it's at that place where it's the sweet spot. And you know, if I get the 3 months out of it, I think that that's great. If it lasts just a little bit longer, even better, because I really, really am enjoying this mascara. So guys, that's my mascara minute this week on Kat Von D's Immortal Lash. Thank you so much for stopping today. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. Come back and join my family here today. And I hope you guys have a great day and be blessed. Bye!